you doing? Now this video is being made about roughly about, I don't know, 3 or 4 days probably before I get my internet back. It's a long story, I'll explain in another video. But what I'm here to talk about is just non-contributing, arrogant, obnoxious people that just feel entitled for no apparent fucking reason. And I don't know, it's just arrogance, just, I don't know, just eats away at my nerves. I hate arrogant people. I hate arrogance. Okay? I can't stand it. And right about this time of year, about the middle of summer to about the end of fall, even throughout the summer sometimes, it all depends on, I don't know, this motherfucker's agenda. There's this one particular guy, I mean, you know, fits this typical stereotype of the situation. I'm not trying to say that everybody who falls into this category is what I'm about to describe, but this guy fits the typical low self-esteem. You know, I drive a fancy car, I'm somebody important, I make a lot of money, but I'm a complete fucking nerd at the same time. And that's what this guy is. He pretty much looks like a white Steve Urkel, you know, literally, and the most arrogant fucking douchebag on earth, the most non-contributing motherfucker in this town. And he's got this, you know, fancy car, you know, I think it's like a mid-60s Corvette, you know, so that right there makes him feel like king shit, makes him feel like a real fucking hot shot. And what he does at 7:30, sometimes even 7 o'clock in the morning, comes by with the top down, even though it's fucking freezing outside, comes by with the top down, so you know right away this is a need for attention. So, you know, he doesn't feel important in his regular life because he hasn't done anything to contribute to make himself feel important. He doesn't do anything worthwhile. So about 2 times a week, 2 or 3 times a week, sometimes I'm even still sleeping or trying to sleep, and at 7 o'clock, 7:30 in the morning, despite the ordinance, he's got his top down on his car. Of course, he has to bundle up because he's an idiot that needs attention, so attention seems to be more important than not catching a cold. Blast his radio so fucking loud that across the street, which is about 30 to 40 meters away, I can hear his radio. And if there's a song playing or if there's somebody making a commentary on this radio station, I can hear everything word for word. I keep my door shut, locked, I keep all my windows closed, and I can hear everything. I've been woken up twice by this asshole. Other people have been woken up by him. I'm just the only one who actually has the balls to actually say anything to him. I wasn't rude, but I was assertive, and I was firm about what I said. So finally I had enough of this son of a bitch today after about a month of this bullshit. Now if I was to do this to somebody else, somebody would complain to me, right? So nobody's above the law. Just another obnoxious motherfucker with an inflated ego because he was shoved in lockers too many times when he was a kid, and everybody knows he looks like a nerd. So he probably has never been laid since, you know, since Moby Dick was a minnow. So anyway, I'm just saying, this guy's, he's got something lacking in his life to where he needs to be obnoxious and needs to get attention, no matter if it's negative or positive. And I had enough of this motherfucker. Now this is what I'm talking about, people. When something like this happens, you need to stand up. You need to talk to these people. You need to say something. Don't just... This is the problem in this country, and it's not just annoying, obnoxious fucking people with loud radios, or just being loud in general and disrupting the public and the peace early in the morning or late at night. This is about just standing your ground and standing up for what is right anyway, and just not letting these fuckers who have a big ego think that they're untouchable and they're, you know, above the laws. You know, these people need to have something said to them. So this morning I was talking to my wife on the phone. Couldn't even hear a fucking word because this guy drives up. Again, radio blasting. I can't even hear my conversation on the phone over the radio from this guy who's about 40 meters away. Parking the driveway at this warehouse. He's there about 10 minutes, and when he goes inside the warehouse to do whatever he does, he keeps his car door open as well as the top down and keeps the radio blasting. He doesn't even turn his car off or turn his radio down. No common courtesy for any fucking buddy. There's people still sleeping. You know, there's kids, you know, who sleep, or kids who run around and they don't want to hear that music, and you know, they got to get up early for school. You know, people don't want to hear that shit early in the morning. I don't want to hear that shit early in the morning, and I've been woken up twice by it already. But luckily this morning I was awake, because I have a cold, I've been sleeping all day and everything else like that. I've been tired, so I woke up early this morning. Woke up about 20 minutes before this asshole pulls in again. So he pulls in, radio blasting. So I said, I've had enough of this shit. I gotta say something. So I went out there, opened up the door, and I told him, I said, you know, it's too early for you to have your radio on. I said, you could turn your radio down. I said, there's people still sleeping. There's people still trying to sleep. And I said, there's people just waking up. I said, could you have some courtesy and turn your fucking radio down? That's the only time I cussed. And he just kind of looked at me. He ignored me at first. But then as he was pulling out, I took a picture with my phone. You know, I got a new phone now. So it was real easy for me just to be on the phone and just take a picture of his license plate, his face, and his car. And around here we have an ordinance that says between the hours of midnight and 8 o'clock in the morning, there is to be no loud noise that everybody else can hear. So this is another obnoxious motherfucker. So he did turn his radio down, but as he was driving by, as I told him, I said, there is an ordinance here, and that is noise pollution, and I will be calling the police the next time you do this. And all he did was just give me this smart-ass grin. I'm thinking, yeah, spot on now, you bastard. So, you know, these are the kind of people that just don't need, in my opinion, just don't need to be. You know, these are people that society's better off without. You know, this kind of attitude, this kind of behavior. And people like this should have never been born, in my opinion. Because if all you're going to do is drive around in your fancy car, you know, with the top down when it's 58 degrees outside, wearing a jacket because you're too stupid to realize that, hey, I should be blasting heat instead of my radio, and I have to top up rather than catching a cold just for attention. Because the ego will always take precedence over intelligence. So anyway, he's got an inflated ego, but a deflated IQ. So anyway, if I was given the job just to go ahead and just take care of these fuckers one by one, I'd be busy 24/7. I'd never get any sleep. That's all I'm saying is, don't let people like this get away with shit like this in a neighborhood where it disrupts everybody. Don't let people with big positions who think they're better than everybody else, who have a big inflated ego, get away with shit that other people that are still citizens, because that's what he is. He's still a citizen. He's just holding a position. It doesn't make him better or above the law. So don't let these people in positions of power, you know, get above the law or get away with shit that you wouldn't get away with. Stand up and say something to the motherfuckers. Don't be afraid of people. So that's all I'm saying. So I had to say something to this son of a bitch, because I got sick of getting woken up by this asshole and his need for attention at 30-something years old. I mean, really. Grow the fuck up, people. For this, you guys, I'll see you later. I'll see you next video.